Welcome in, y'all, to Quiet Life Discussions. We're back with another video, episode 2 coming in. We have a reaction video about how the All-Star game has changed over time and how it's been ruined upcoming for the new 2026 All-Star game coming down here in LA. I hope you guys are ready for the upcoming. We have 3 people here with us, being myself, Kenword, and we have a new visitor who's
What's
going to
up?
be a part of our time. Go ahead one more time for people, Kenword. They can hear you.
What's up, y'all? What's up, man? I hope
There you
y'all
go.
enjoyed the last video. We got to keep this ball rolling, man.
Every day. Got a new visitor for you guys. We got Vaughn right here. Vaughn Winnie, one of the greatest of good sports analysts.
Know what I'm saying? We in this bit, know what I'm saying? What's going on?
Welcome in, welcome in. So we just came here together to just give you guys a reaction video real quick. We'd like to welcome y'all one more time to Quiet Life Discussions, where we like to keep the quiet talk. So let's get straight into it. Let's dive into it. Let's go to it. Gonna start up this video right here where everybody gets to watch. We're just gonna listen in real quick, live reactions. If anybody feels like we need to pause, we will get to it, guys, and just let you guys know here. So let's get to it.
This year's NBA All-Star game was the worst NBA All-Star game of all time, and surprisingly, it's probably not because of the reasons that you would think. See, normally people have complaints with the All-Star game because the players don't seem to care. It's usually just guys shooting open threes and getting open uncontested looks at the rim. So this year, the NBA put a ton of different measures in place to try and get the players to care, to try and get the stakes to be upped a little bit. And at first, it definitely seemed like the players were giving more effort, playing more defense. And I thought, okay, this is going to be different than the All-Star games that we've become used to. The basketball being played was not the issue. It was actually entertaining. It was interesting. Guys were giving effort. The problem, though, is that over the course of a 3-hour time slot for the NBA All-Star game, there were 42 total minutes of basketball played. Less than
Damn.
25% of that entire time slot was spent watching NBA players play the game of basketball during the National Basketball Association All-Star game. See, you want players to take the game seriously, but during the entire game, you have Kevin Hart, for some reason, over a loudspeaker talking about how the players are taking too many threes, how the centers need to get in the paint, how the guards need to be guards, actively talking trash about the players during the All-Star game.
I want to see big men be big men. SGA, get the ball, do work, clear it out, do what you do. You wore the mustard colored sneakers. Make the mustard colors work.
I don't really understand how you can expect the players to take the game seriously when so much of the event is treated like an absolute joke by the broadcast team. For some reason, you had Shaq talking about Bobo instead of the players that were playing in the game.
Are you doing that?
Stop it,
He
Bobo.
ain't playing defense at the three-point line.
You know what? May 19th, Bobo versus Wimbignana.
You know what? We need to stop that.
1-on-1.
We need to
Instead of spending time talking about the players that were there, how impressive of players these guys are, how exciting their play is, instead of focusing on that, Shaq was focused on a guy who wasn't even there. What I don't understand is that after last year, it seemed like everybody was on the same page. Everyone just wanted a competitive basketball game. It doesn't need to be completely over the top. They don't need to treat it like the NBA Finals. Just, can they play a little bit of defense? Can they try not to give up completely uncontested looks? And can it just be a little bit more entertaining than a layup line and wide open threes the entire time? That's all anyone was asking for. They made the structural changes that would allow the game to be a little bit more competitive. There was some more incentive in place. They added the target score, which has some problems, but I don't think that was inherently the issue. They had the tournament format, which, again, definitely needs some tweaks. I think the fact that the Rising Stars team got to compete against the All-Star team was a little bit weird. I think that's something they should consider changing by maybe having an All-Star snub team instead of the Rising Stars team competing in that competition. In general, I actually think the format was fine. I thought it initially did what it was supposed to do, which was make the guys try just a little bit harder. During that Rising Stars versus All-Stars game, there were moments where you could see the All-Star players were not necessarily worried, but they definitely flipped the switch once they realized the Rising Stars were staying in it. They were given a little bit more effort, and so they had to turn on the Jets a little bit and go a
Your
little bit
boy
harder
got
to
scared.
make for
That's what
some
it was.
entertaining
They got
basketball. The
scared real
tournament and the
quick.
format was not the issue to me, although the target score I think needs to be increased because, again, you look at a 3-hour time slot, the fact that only 42 minutes of basketball was played over the course of a 3-hour time slot is just absolutely insane. That's crazy. If this is a 3-hour time slot, what did they spend the other 140 minutes on? Fortunately, a Reddit user put together a breakdown of how much time was spent on each segment and advertisements throughout this 3-hour time
Want to
slot.
pause it
Huge
here? You
shout
want
out
to take a
to
guess?
Reddit user Forget Chain for putting this
Yeah,
together.
no, that's perfect
Do
actually.
you do you want to take a guess on what they used them 3 hours on?
Nah, that's actually perfect time, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say first things first. People like Kevin Hart, y'all know for a fact that he got to be a big. He probably had a stage performance. I'm guessing it's that because I ain't got too much memory. Like I said, it's straight off the top. I can't remember exactly what they did, but I feel like Kevin Hart is one. They probably did a whole bunch of mascot showings or something like that, just like a show thing. They treat it like a showbiz. So I get where he's coming from when he says these type of things. It's like instead of it being the actual All-Star game what we had back in the day where we had actual all-stars coming up making a 5-on-5 team where they start hooping just to see who really the best out of the all-stars. They don't got that no more. They don't got that no more.
Nah.
It's not even that type of junction that they don't have. It's like some, you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it's like show and tell, like a field day. You know what I mean? Like I mean
It's
it's
pretty
cool,
much what it
but
is. It's pretty much all they do is it's an open gym, man. Like I feel like they treat open gyms more better than all-star games if it's funny enough.
yeah,
You see more effort in an open gym video of LeBron being in an open gym in New York than he does in the all-star game.
100%.
There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just true. Like they don't care about it. And honestly, if you really look at the format, dog, it's like probably 45 minutes of introductions. Because I don't know if you ever remember, since they added the introductions, they specify like what that person has done to be an all-star, how long he's been snubbed, how long it's just he's just been in the league. Like if I remember correctly, not even was it 16 when they went to Toronto? If I remember correctly, they went on and on and on for like 45 minutes before they started the game.
Bro. That's another thing. I'm glad you even said that, man. They spend so much time on introductions, which I don't by all means introduce them. But them long awaited 14-time All-Star
Hmm.
senior basketball player. I don't think they need to be doing all of
Hmm.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Write the man's list shit down one by one, going down the road, and let him do what he's supposed to do. You ain't gotta give him the
Mhm.
full introduction. Y'all make it seem like we in WWE wrestling or something like that. We ain't gotta do all of that, man. Just give us something small with, something to work with. They doing whatever. But I mean, I
If
guess,
man,
man.
if you really look into it, shit, I could you could probably pinpoint the introductions, the rule explanation for some odd reason. Them in the NFL, if you've watched enough NFL to know that as soon as overtime starts, there's like a 10-minute window before overtime starts when they finish the fourth quarter. They keep
Every
explaining these damn rules that we've seen every day. We've seen them before.
yeah.
It's okay. Like let's move on real quick. Let's get to the game again.
They just
I
love
can
putting their own increment.
Yeah, and then halftime. Remember, now the NBA has a halftime show in the All Star game. They always bring a celebrity guest to do some musical number or some stuff, and that takes another 30 minutes.
It's like they trying to
Like,
fill in time slots. Give us a game.
yeah,
Just
I mean,
make
I
it
get it.
some
They're
some
they're making
nice.
their cheese off of it. They're
Yeah,
making their cheese off of it. Don't get me wrong, but like at the same time, it's not. It doesn't call out to the fan.
at all.
Like, think about it now. The slam dunk contest and the 3-point contest got to be on the same night now, because I believe 10 years ago it wasn't even on the same night.
Nah.
I think even
Which
The Rising Stars game is on the same night too.
which I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the table. Anybody that watched this, hate me if you want it. I don't give a damn. LeBron James, brother, you killed the slam dunk competition. I don't give a flying hoot. Okay, it was you, buddy. You killed the slam dunk competition. You telling me out of all these years, you never once thought to yourself you wanted to go to the slam dunk and just do a behind the back tomahawk or something? Because you jump from the line every time, brother. You been athletic my whole life. We used to look up to you trying to do the same dunks you could, knowing damn well we couldn't do it because we wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had the type of legs. I ain't doing the type of squats. Feel me? But brother, you killed. You were supposed to do stuff. Same thing with the All Star game. I preach this though. I'm not trying to push no. Nah, I am pushing the agenda. I don't give a damn, LeBron. I hope you see this. But you killed the All-Star game in general. When Kobe told you, well, when he slapped the ground, hoping that you was not. I think who said it? Kevin Garnett said it. Word to him. When Kobe slapped the ground and said, "Hey, I'm ready for it. Like I'm trying to play some defense in this All-Star game, trying to keep the serious momentum." And you dribbled 2 times and passed the ball. Man, what you doing? You taking all the competitive hype. It's like you was informatively trying to change it into a softer game, which I get you. Maybe you is trying to change history like you always do. That's something I see you good at, changing motherfucking history. I don't know how you do it, but you do it. But I just think personally, as far as All-Star game wise, it would be nice to see every All-Star playing to a competitive degree that we have never seen before in a regular game where we were used to more mess ups. It would be nice for that. But but the reason why I blame it on you, Mr. LeBronto, the Cleveland, because you were supposed to step up to that plate and you ain't step up to that plate. So now it's like, what are we doing here? And come on, get it right before
If
you
No,
retire.
no, hey, that is facts though, and one thing I'll say too, nigga. Not only that with the dunk contest, nigga, LeBron should have been in the dunk contest for 100%. I don't know why he never did it, and I can understand like he felt like he like bigger than the program, or whatever. But like I said, bro, like I don't know, it's like the same thing. It's just like showmanship, bro. Like I don't know, bro, like you know everybody want to see you do it, bro. Just do it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then with the All Star game not being competitive and stuff no more. Even outside of like that stuff with him and Kobe, and then like that little rant they had going on, I feel like regardless though, like I would love to see the All Star game be competitive again. I feel like the only way for them to be competitive is to actually just play, and that's why they started paying them like what is it like 500K a player
Yup.
each if they won the All Star
yeah,
game. So like
it's not. Yeah.
so that does make them play harder. But I think the thing is, bro, y'all got to remember the All Star game, the East and West, the East used to get their ass blitzed every year, even with LeBron, and they used to
Yeah.
actually play back then up until like
Hmm.
maybe like 2015, maybe
Yeah.
around then is when they stopped playing. So like maybe
Yeah.
for like
They
I'll say
stopped caring
probably
about it.
the past 10 All Star games have been like just boring. And maybe
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say boring because there's been a couple of them that have been really good. I'll say that there's been a couple of them that have been pretty good. But before that though, bro, the East was getting blitzed. So like over time, gradually, and they making more money. It kind of makes sense as to why it's not as competitive no more, bro. Because it's like the West is always better. But now it's I feel like the league is definitely more even out. They might as well play, and like that's why they keep changing stuff up. They doing it like the World First USA or whatever they doing. But I think now they just need to go back to East versus West. They don't even need to be doing a draft no more. To be honest with you, it should just be East
Yeah.
versus West.
Funny enough, it's just like both of the two major leagues, like the NFL and the NBA, have the same issue. Like, why the fuck are you playing flag football on the All Stars in the NFL?
Hmm.
Like, I get it. Like, you don't want a guys to get injured. Like, I totally understand that. But like, come on, let's be honest. Like, even if let's say, perfect example, Drake May is a Pro Bowler. I think he's an All Pro guy. He made it to the Super Bowl. Guess what? Get a replacement. There's other guys that pretty much have stats to back it up. Like, okay, that dude is a replacement Pro Bowler.
And that's what
You don't
like
have
and
to go 100%. You don't have to go to 100%. I don't want you to kill a guy on the field, but like, come on,
right.
like, let's be honest. We
And
want
that's
to
another
watch a
thing I don't like.
product. We want to see all these stars here.
That shit about the Pro Bowl too. That's another. I feel like that's another reason why the Pro Bowl fell off too. And it's not like I 100% get it too. And the NFL be like super duper cash cow. You see how they added like they made it a 17 game season now. They added an extra week and took a week away in the preseason. So they trying to make their money. But I feel like, and I understand like I feel like CTE and players getting hurt in concussion protocol, and then football is like damn near the most grueling sport. Outside of non-combat sports, for sure the most grueling sport, maybe next to hockey, maybe. So like I get it, like not trying to find other avenues for them to play, but like bro, like shit is boring, bro.
Yeah,
It's boring.
Yeah.
like,
And then
hey,
even then, if you don't want nobody to get hurt, bro, play the Pro Bowl 2 weeks after the Super Bowl or a week after the Super Bowl, how it used to be.
yeah,
Why are we doing
yeah,
it before?
yeah.
It's
I absolutely
confused a
don't
lot of
understand why.
This is
viewership.
not
That's
this
that's
is not
another
Yeah,
thing.
basketball. This isn't
Yeah.
basketball. This isn't baseball. This isn't hockey, bro. You can't stop in the middle of the season and do an All-Star game when they
No,
out
that's
here killing each other. You can't do that. You
yeah,
gotta wait till after the season or do it before.
Yep.
yeah. That's completely true. I
It's
mean, at
starting to
some
become a
point, like
business.
everyone knows
At
who the
some
Pro
point,
Bowl is going to
some
be.
gotta give, bro. If y'all, like,
Yeah,
if anything, if that's the case, just stop the Pro Bowl altogether, bro. Just give niggas
yeah.
awards
Just all pros. All pros should be just a thing at this point because
at this
there's no
point, cause
reason to
like,
go
bro,
to
this
the
shit
Pro Bowl.
trash. And like, no disrespect to Shadur, you all know how I fuck with Shadur. I love Shadur. I love me some Shadur, no
Yeah,
Diddy.
absolutely.
But, bro, like Shadur, a Pro Bowler. What the
Nah,
fuck is we? Come on.
That was
no,
straight
no.
social
It's just
media take, and he
it
only
was it
played
was
four
straight to get
games.
eyes
And
onto
it's
the
and it's
game,
not
and I love Shadur
and it's
And
Sanders.
I
not that he
love
can't
him to
play,
death.
and
He's
it's
a
not that
baller.
and it's not that I feel like he don't belong there one day. But do he belong there now? He ain't did shit to get there, bro.
Not there yet.
Just
He only
wait.
played a couple
Stop being so
games.
money hungry, bro. Just wait. You probably gonna make more money in a better product if you have a full rollout for an actual fucking game after the Super
Mhm.
Bowl. And like
What's
like
great?
and
And
I
what
get it too. Maybe people burnt out from the long season. You feel me? But nah, bro.
I feel like when they do these type of things, it kind of kills the career aspect of a lot of people because you're rushing
It
it.
does.
Like you're
It does.
pushing their
Absolutely.
Yeah.
career like maybe 2, maybe 3 years in advance where they could be still in that developmental stage. Now you've already turned them into an all-star. Now they have to hold on to a certain degree compared to what they
Yep.
would have had before instead of what they could actually build themselves. They can't even build themselves no more because everybody in the world's looking over him like, hey, he's already been an all-star. He knows what he's doing. And to the people that's never seen them actually play and they just come in like a casual viewer and he's like, oh, he's an all-star. They wouldn't know he's only played a couple games. He
Yep.
hasn't done that
Yep.
much. All due respect to
Yep.
my man Shadir, for example, but I don't think you should have been blessed with the with all-star viewership yet just because of the situation that you've been in. Yes, you are a grade A quarterback. There's no way I can take that from you. I think you should have been the starting quarterback from the start of the season. I don't know what Stefanski was problem for you. I was hoping that he got fired. Evidently, he got fired. I'm glad it happened. But I do not believe that right now that she should be all star and not a superstar, excuse me. And that just goes to show how much like money is inside the new generation of these games and how bad they're willing to rig these
Yep.
things in order to get as much money as they can out of a situation. And them being the stars that they are in the time frame, and I'm shit, I'm an average guy, but them being the stars that they are, maybe they don't realize it during the time frame that yeah, your career is going up to a certain level, but in the long term process, people are going to start holding you to a standard, and if you can't compete to that same standard that they're holding you at, it's gonna really get to you. So
Yep.
it just come down to how long can you hold on to that light? How long can you keep pushing? Which I think most of them can do. You know, I don't think nobody like they wouldn't have made it this far if they couldn't do it. Like it's a lot of people that
Oh
could have
yeah.
made it but never made it. But you know,
Yeah. No,
so,
and absolutely, we if we go back into it, like even the NBA, and it comes to the NFL too. Like, think about it. Like, there's a lot of people in the Hall of Fame that are just Pro Bowlers or just NBA All Stars, and like kids nowadays that probably watch the game, they're like, "Oh, if this is how they were playing, and this is how they want an MVP for that game, what the fuck is it worth?" Like
mhm,
think about it. For example, the late great Kobe Bryant, when he won an MVP, it was probably the best game that you could have watched all season long. He
yeah.
was whooping the best stars in the league.
Yep. It's like I remember growing up
Like,
watching him. It was just like it's like watching your favorite superhero on TV just fight against the world's most evil villain.
yeah,
Because you knew for a
that was the
fact
whole feeling
Kobe
about
ain't
the
had
All
that
Star
much,
game.
but you knew once you see Kobe down that stretch, you knew for a fact it was something entertainment,
Yeah,
something
like
glorious for you to watch.
like
100%.
let's put it out there. Every sports or every like anything that tries to resemble sports has an All Star game feel. Like if we go into football, Pro Bowl, baseball, the MLB All Star game, like you cannot sit here and compare the NBA All Star game to the MLB All Star game. Like, let's be honest, bro. The
Different
MLB All Star
things.
game, whoever wins that hosts the World Series. This is not about having 100 wins. The Dodgers could have had 120 wins. And for example, the fucking Toronto Blue Jays could have had 80 wins. Whoever won the All Star game hosted. That's how it was in previous times. I'm not too sure if they changed it. I don't think they have, because that was a beautiful format. They gave you something to play for. Why hasn't the NBA implemented something like this where teams are like, yeah, we got to turn up the gas. We want a home field advantage if we make it to the NBA finals.
They don't got no real incentive. There's no real want. There's no real drive. A lot of the NBA players in today's age is not the same ones that we grew up as that wanted to just hoop, ball, and show their name to the world. Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like a lot of them want to show their name to the world. But it's only a few of them that's actual dogs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could name some, like
Oh
Anthony
yeah,
Edwards.
no,
Like, I
yeah.
want to slam on you all day. You know what I'm saying? We don't have
Hmm.
none of that. None of the physical players. And don't get me wrong. I think Shea is a great basketball player. I think he's 100%. But he's more of a soft on the touch type of guy. He's not, I'm finna get up in your face and slam on
Yeah,
you. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the
yeah,
gritty ball
absolutely.
players no more. We have more of the technical ball players that like to get down into the science of it rather than get
Yep.
into the freestyle method of being in the backyard, just doing that all day to the point where you the greatest. We got people that's
Hmm.
growing up going to actual facilities and taking care of their body from a young age, so they already start off as young athlete products
Yeah.
rather than them just being children. I hate to be that way. Don't clip that and cut me. Don't quote. Actually, you know what? But you know what I'm saying? Them young children, they get turned into to some aspiring kids to
Yeah, it's
to turn into
prototypes.
some. You
It's
know what
the
I'm saying?
prototype player they want to see it now. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. So
Like if you go to college, like if you seen Cooper coming out of college, that dude was killing. If you were under the rim, he wanted to dunk on you. It's a highlight. It's a
yep,
highlight. And I'm not a big Coop guy. I'm a Hornets guy, man. I'm huge on Colin Knoble, but like it's the truth. Like there's certain guys that have it. New age guys sometimes they're just, how do I say this? Fundamentally elite.
yep.
Like Shea is fundamentally elite. He
Like
will kill your ass and take a midi.
like their athleticism takes them to a certain point, and they do love basketball. They have the same love for the game, but they don't have a grit for the game. It's just some players who had that grit, that I'm ready to do something about it type deal.
Hmm.
And that's what we are missing in today's age of basketball, under my standpoint. What I think for. That's what I
Yeah.
think. We need more Giannis's. I want to come down the
Oh
lane,
yeah,
grab a
absolutely.
rebound, and run down there and slam. We need more Victor Wembanyama's. Give me the ball. I want the ball in my hands all the time. I'm doing everything on the court. I want to
Yeah.
say more bronze, but it ain't gonna be that more bronze. But I got the next best thing for
Nah.
you, Zion Williamson. We need him in a
Yeah.
s- in a fresh format. I think he's unguardable. Shoot, I heard it earlier from Vaughn himself. He said that the same thing. He said that they were Zion in a healthy stage, being skinny. He is unstoppable, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I think that is a
Oh
prime
yeah,
example.
absolutely.
And there's one more that a lot of people is probably gonna disagree with me for, but it brings, number one, it brings viewership, and number two, it brings a fresh reality to the NBA. John Morant, okay. Actually, I'll add on to another one, Lamelo Ball. Those two going in, those are superstars that have their own pizzazz, star style, still able to produce numbers and still able to get stuff up, but they're in the younger generation that had that grit and iron that we're talking about. These
Mhm.
are the type of people that we'll have back in the day when they had the All-Star game going on, that they'll put together and you could see them ball and show a level of aggression trying to say, "Oh, I'm better than this dude, or I'm better than that dude, and
Yep.
he on my team and I'm still better than him." You know what I mean? Those are the type of hoopers that we want, rather than,
Hmm.
"Oh, oh, what's up, dude? It's good to meet you here at the All-Star game. It's nice to have you," and all this stuff. No, you know what I'm saying? None of the, not saying that they can't be soft and can't be friends, but I would prefer a little bit more I ain't gonna say
That
hate.
killer mentality.
Yeah, killer mentality is the best way to put
That
it.
killer mentality. Yeah,
Best way to put
absolutely.
it.
Like I
100%.
as a Hornets fan, I know what you're talking about. Like I watch him every day, bro. Like I watch a guy that takes one-legged threes from 30 and
Yeah,
hits them. Like who doesn't want to see that in the All-Star game? He throws half-court lobs, bro. Like the dude is a killer in itself. He's just hasn't been healthy till this season.
yeah,
Like the production's there. Like if you look at the team, we've won 8 straight.
yeah,
He's bro. The
100%.
first jersey I bought in my life, like working, is a Lamelo Ball jersey, dog. Like I'm telling you, like I'm a big Melo guy, bro. But like, let's be honest, him and John Morant have pretty much the same issue. It's just that They were in bad situations, and now they got to play winning basketball. Now Ja is in a really bad situation because his co-star is gone.
Yeah, man. I
But that
feel
one year
bad
that
for
John
him.
Moran had his guys, like let's be honest, we hated them. We hated them. Like, come on, let's be honest. We hated that
No,
Memphis
everybody
Grizzlies
around the
team
league,
with Dylan
everybody
Brooks
hated
dancing and shit.
everybody, 100%.
We hated them. But like, let's be honest, it was fun for basketball.
Yeah,
It was like, actually fun.
yeah.
You saw John
That's what the
Moran try to
viewership.
dunk on
Yeah,
people
the
every
viewership.
night. hmm
Them boys
So now
they
we
used to have
sit
something
down,
nice, and
and now we sit down, and then people are like, "Oh, we're done with John Moran." Don't be done with him. Retool. Make him care about it more again,
he's
bro.
part
I
of the
guarantee
new
you,
generation
if
that they need, man.
yeah,
That's
I'm
literally it. Because
telling
it's
you,
a
bro, don't
what
give up
LeBron
on that
said.
dude.
It's a lot of mediocrity inside of the NBA, and hey, I'm not a hoop, so don't quote me on that. You know what I'm saying? But he said it's a lot of mediocrity in the NBA, and I couldn't firmly agree more. I do think there's a lot of better players in today's game than there is, way back when. Of course, I think there's an
hmm
amazing. That's why I said it's a lot of technical side to the ball game than it is now. There's a lot of science behind
Yeah.
it. But what I feel for is it's a lot of easygoing people, people that just came in just looking for, quick money. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I made it to the NBA. I did this. Now I'm not doing this. But then it's also people that has to conform themselves from being a grade A player to a grade A role player. Like even
Oh
you know
yeah,
how they are in
absolutely.
the NBA. Even though they say some of your best people in high school they went to divisional champs. They went to the state champs like Nick Young,
Hey,
Swaggy P. You wouldn't even think
bro.
about it, but he used to drop 60, 40 in high school. He used to
Hey,
be dropping people off. Wouldn't even think about it.
we used to watch one. Cam Reddish, bro. That dude was killing.
And
Anthony
Cam
Edwards is
Reddish
scared. Told
is
them.
dropping people
Anthony
off
Edwards
one
told
on
y'all,
one.
bro. That dude
The
was
high
going
school
off on everyone in high school.
man. I'm telling you, we had that.
Alonzo Ball was averaging damn near a quad dub in senior year of
And
high
I
school.
feel so bad for him, man. And it's also to the guys tune into our next story. That's what we're also gonna be bringing up more Lonzo for everybody. But I feel bad for that guy, man. He deserves a little bit better. It's just he had a tough situation. That goes for two of the Ball brothers. One of them is fighting for his rights, and I think he's right now. So there's that.
Oh yeah.
But
I think, bro, basketball is so beautiful because like situations like that happen. Like Lonzo, yes, most likely is in the tail end. I wish I hell, I was happy when the Lakers drafted him. I'm not even a Lakers fan, but it's just the style that he brought in, bro. You cannot lie. Viewership. It was viewership,
yeah,
especially at the
yeah,
time that the Lakers really needed that. They needed that type of spark. He struggled. He got hurt when he went to New Orleans and he found a new jump shot, everything, I was like, this is his moment, bro. From now on, Lonzo Ball is officially here. Went to went to Chicago, was an elite role player because Vaughn is a Chicago fan. An elite role player had them in the first seed. Unfortunately, it gave out. And now to this day, bro, it looks like it's basketball has passed him, unfortunately.
yeah.
I
It
really
might
wish
be
the
that
team gave him the
time.
opportunity, but Utah waived him.
Yeah.
He like what is there to do now?
I say I wish all the best for that brother over there. You terrible situation, tough situation to be in, especially being the oldest of three. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. The
I give him
competitive
his
drive,
credit.
bro, when you grow up in an environment where it's a competitive environment, bro, that has to suck.
But hey,
Like his youngest brother is a franchise player.
that's what I was gonna say. You got to give him credit though. Yeah, the third one
Yeah,
definitely doing his
absolutely.
thing. But
Yeah,
uh,
absolutely. Like and he should be like let's be honest, when we think about all-stars, the dude's prototype coming out of UCLA is this all-star game level guy.
yeah,
Like the throwing the lobs, the fancy passes, bro. That's well, realistically, we're missing that from the All Star game, bro. Like Mike Bibby, you remember all those guys? Not
mm-hmm,
White Chocolate.
yep.
White Chocolate in the All Star game was doing elbow passes, and people
That
were like,
shit
"Oh my
beautiful,
god!"
man. Steve
Like
Nash,
what do we
man.
got now?
We don't have all of that no more. All of that's gone, man. So I would love to see I would love to see this brother's reasoning as to why he thinks the
And
NBA viewership
and
is
don't get me wrong, the Kevin Hart stuff, I do feel shade on that. Like why is the comedian and actor talking about the game that I play and I just won an MVP in?
Kind of makes no
Like,
sense.
why is he talking? Yeah, I totally understand. Like, bro, the game has evolutionized, bro. There's bigs that sit on the 3-point line. There's fucking point guards that sit in the paint. Like, there's just that's how basketball has progressed.
Yeah. Terrible,
There should
man.
be no slander on it. Like, yes, they should play harder. Absolutely, I totally agree. But like, come on, like these dudes do it for a living at the highest level, especially Shay. Like, you could tell like by that clip that Shay was clearly annoyed about. Like, just shut up.
Yeah. That was definitely one of the ones. Let's see what the rest of Buddy has to say here. See what he has going on.
The intro with the ads was 30 minutes long. The pregame talk was 10 minutes long. So it was supposed to start at 8 o'clock. That was the listed start time. And it didn't start then. They had 40 minutes before the game actually started. Game 1 was 12 minutes total with 10 minutes and 7 seconds of actual game time. After that, we had the super bizarre Mr. Beast challenge where Damian Lillard was basically trying to make 3 half-court shots before this random audience member made 1. If the random audience member made 1 half-court shot before Damian Lillard made 3, then he would win $100,000, which I get it. Cool little halftime show premise. But it just lasted way too long to the point where Mr. Beast actually said, hey, we're about to go to a commercial, so you need to hurry up, and Dame, you need to either make a half-court shot, or the guy trying to win $100,000 needed to make one, and he ultimately ended up making a buzzer beater. That was kind of a cool moment, but overall, the thing was just awkward. So at this point, we've had 45 minutes of non-basketball, and Game 1 lasted a total of 12 minutes. After that, we had Game 2, which was 16 minutes total, with 12 minutes and 54 seconds of actual game time. After that, they had the concert, and I really don't think the concert was a problem. I think the problem was within the context of how much time had been wasted already. You get to this concert where everyone's like, we've hardly watched any basketball. So you get to this concert, and even though I thought it was a pretty good concert, everyone was just so exhausted at this point. If you're on Eastern time, it's like close to 10 o'clock. You're ready for the last game to start so you can watch it and go to bed. Then you get to Game 3. And this is where just everything went completely off the rails. Now, Game 3 lasted a total of 14 minutes in terms of actual basketball being played. But for some reason, whether it was the NBA or TNT or Turner Sports, right in the middle of the game when there was a timeout, they decided that they were going to do a 10-minute tribute to Inside the NBA. Now, keep in mind, this isn't Inside the NBA's last game of the year. They have, through the end of the season, they still have the playoffs where Inside the NBA is going to be a part of it all. This wasn't some send-off where we're never going to see them again. But for some reason, they interrupted the entire game to do this 10-minute tribute where everyone's just like, guys, we've hardly watched any basketball. And you're going to stop in the middle of the game when the players are starting to get warm, there's starting to be a little bit of a flow. You're going to stop in the middle of the game to do this 10-minute tribute. It made absolutely no sense. So you've got the basketball and you've got all the stoppages for all these random little events and sideshows, which it kind of seemed like basketball was more of a sideshow relative to how much time was spent on everything else. And then everything that wasn't one of those two things was just commercial breaks. The commercial breaks were constant throughout the entire night, which I get isn't something that's unique to the NBA, but in my opinion, I'm willing to live with the ridiculous amount of commercials a little bit more if I'm able to at least watch a little bit more basketball. You want the players to take it seriously, but at one point, the Inside the NBA crew was out in the middle of half court in the middle of a game in fishing clothes. You had Draymond talking about how terrible the format was right before the All-Star game, which is mind-blowing to me.
Scale of 1 to 10, your thoughts of the format?
10 being the best.
Yes.
A 0 sucks. Same basketball.
You want people to watch the game, right? Like you want people to stick around because in theory, they're going to get to watch something that's good. But you have a literal NBA player on a panel for the All-Star game talking about how bad the All-Star game is. That makes absolutely no sense to me. Why should the players care about this if you're going to have another player on a panel talking about how stupid it is? This is where there's such a big difference between the NFL and the NBA. The NFL is constantly talking about how good their product is. They talk about it with such seriousness. It's very thoughtful, and they want you to know almost to an annoying amount how good the NFL is, how good the sport of football is. They treat it like it's this sacred thing. But then you look at the NBA and you've got the media partners talking constantly about how bad the product is, how bad the sport is. It's not that complicated. We just want to watch basketball. Get rid of all the other stuff. Just give us the basketball. And again, it seemed like the players were trying at first, but then you stopped the championship game in the middle of it to do this 10-minute tribute. You think the players are going to watch all this happen and they're going to come back from that long extended break thinking that they should take it seriously? No, they came back and they looked completely disinterested and they treated it like a joke because it was a joke. I don't blame them one bit. You can't blame the players for how terrible this All-Star game was because they listened to all the talk about how you need to take it more seriously. You need to try harder. And you ask them to do all of this stuff. And then guess what? You get to the game and they literally have Kevin Hart in their ear over a loudspeaker insulting them. It's insane how much they messed this up from a broadcast standpoint because you look at the NBA coming off of this trade deadline where there was this massive trade with Luka Doncic going to the Los Angeles Lakers. You've got Jimmy Butler going to the Golden State Warriors, Anthony Davis to the Mavericks. But then you get to the main event of the weekend, the All-Star game, and they make a complete mockery of it. My whole thing with the All-Star game is this. If you can't make it be something that is at bare minimum entertaining, something that people tune in to actually watch, don't do it at all. You say, well, if you don't like it, then just don't watch. That's exactly what's happening. People aren't watching it because it's absolutely ridiculous. The NFL gave up on the Pro Bowl being anything serious, which honestly, good job to them for just accepting, hey, this is never going to be something that people take seriously. This isn't something that's going to work. Let's just make them play flag football. I don't think the NBA needs to go that far. The issue is not really the basketball being played. It's the fact that they pad the entire thing with all of this extra nonsense. So what are some solutions? How can we make this better? Can it be made better? Is it just a complete lost cause? At this point, I do think there is some credence to the idea that the All-Star game, the All-Star weekend might just be a lost cause. A lot of it is just completely off the rails at this point. I don't know if going back to basics entirely is going to fix it, but maybe that's something you try. I think the whole event needs an earlier start time. Do not pad out the beginning of All-Star weekend with all of this broadcast nonsense, having to listen to the panel go on and on about all this stuff that has nothing to do with the All-Star game. If the listed start time for the All-Star game is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, then the game needs to start no later than like 8:05 Eastern Standard Time. There's absolutely no reason that people should have to be waiting
He's
half an hour
definitely not lying.
That's like
to watch
serious,
the
man.
actual
That
game.
is.
There's another big thing that I think the NBA All-Star Weekend needs to implement, and it honestly applies to pretty much every nationally televised game. Get serious analysts and commentators. We don't need
I
the
swear,
jokesters.
you
We
got
don't need
to.
Shaq
100%.
and
You
Chuck
gotta.
talking about
That is
how
good for
bad the game
TNT,
is, or how
ESPN,
much they don't
whatever,
like
but
this
he
and
should
that, or
not
how
be
much they don't
on
like how
Yeah,
this
no,
player
like
plays and
it's
that
it's
player
been
plays.
ridiculous
Get
for a
guys on the
couple years
broadcast
now.
who genuinely love the game and are willing to talk positively about the players that are playing the game. Why would people watch if the commentators are just going to tell you how bad the product is? Also, I think they need to raise the target score. The fact that it was 40, the games were just way too quick, especially in the context of this 3-hour time slot. It's pretty simple and straightforward that they just need to play more basketball. Cut down on all the breaks, all the extra gimmicks, all of the extra presentations. Just give us more basketball. That's all we're really asking for. It really begs the question of, why does the NBA do all of this? And unfortunately, there's an answer for why the NBA does all of this. There's a really good tweet from Wilco MCV on Twitter that kind of talks about the numbers breakdown of why the NBA showed the stuff that they did and why they bothered doing it at all. Some of what people seemingly hated the most is also what's getting the NBA the most views. Shaq and Kevin Hart's height difference, 6.7 million views. Kevin Hart and Shaq's jokes, 2.6 million views. Kevin Hart's intro, 1.1
The
million
social
views.
media
It makes
thing,
sense,
bro.
though.
It's like it's
It makes
literally-
sense.
has less than 55,000 views.
It turns
The
it into
NBA
comedy, man. It's
clearly
just straight
sees
comedy
more
now, dog.
value in
It's
promoting
not even
all of
All
this
Star
stuff
Weekend.
Yeah, though.
around the NBA instead of the actual basketball. And from my perspective, that's a big problem. But I think from other people's perspective, they don't see it as much of a problem, I guess. Maybe this is a problem with my perspective, is I watch the NBA for basketball. Maybe there's some people that are only watching the NBA because you might get to watch Kevin Hart roast Shaq and Kenny, or you might get to watch Mr. Beast do this half-court competition. That stuff just isn't for me. And from the stuff that I've seen from other people around me that I talk to about this, from people on Twitter, it's not really for them either. So I don't really understand who it's for, but there's clearly numbers being generated that the NBA is looking at, and they're saying, hey, this is what people want. And I wonder how much of that is, are those numbers so high because people are annoyed by it and these are just like outrage clicks and
No,
outrage views? Or
it's
are there really just
legit
more people
kids.
interested
It's
in
kids.
Shaq calling Kevin Hart short
100% is the
than there
kids,
are
man.
watching the best
It's
players
kids.
on earth play basketball? And if that's the case, then maybe I'm out of touch. But I'm starting to think it's probably more of the NBA that's out of
I
touch
mean,
than
when
the
you think
fans.
about it,
To
Yeah,
like
be honest, I
let's
think
I
let's
agree
be
this is
with
probably going to be the
him.
last
He's saying
video
that
about
it's
any
the
All-Star
NBA
weekend
out of touch
festivities that I make.
100%.
I've done a
It's a
couple
lot
over the
of the
history of the
older
yeah,
channel,
crowd
but
still holding on.
next year I'm probably just
Give
not
it
even
to
going to
the
bother
younger
with it
ones, guys.
because
It's
there's
it's
really
time
no
y'all
yeah.
evidence that it's
kind of
going to get
release
Like
the
better.
reins.
There's no evidence that they really
Just
want to improve
no,
the
like
product and
realistically,
make it
like
something
let's
that's
sit down
watchable.
and
There was
digest
only
this. Like,
one
let's be
feeling
honest.
to describe
Like,
how I came away from the All-Star game last night, and it was embarrassing.
yeah,
I'll
no,
say this
no, I totally
openly.
agree with him. 'Cause you really got to think about it like this. Like, I get it. There's kids, and kids are enjoy that type of stuff. Like, let's be honest. We're at an age where social media is pretty much power. It's power, and the fact that there's kids that most likely than not like think about it like when we were younger. When we were lucky to get a YouTube video that was a full length NBA game, we consumed that. Like, let's
100%.
be honest, when we got a free
100%.
video like coming up from the hood, like traps, no TV, no cable television, it didn't matter, bro. If we got something through satellite TV that resembled the NBA game, we would sit there no matter the team.
100%.
That it was just about watching something. So
100%.
these kids, most likely than not, they can watch the game, but they're not gonna watch the game. They rather watch the clips on Instagram, TikTok, because let's be honest, that's where the views come from. They don't want to watch Steph Curry take half court shots in the moment. They want to watch it on a Instagram reel.
Yeah, 100%. They would rather see it
Yes.
in a quick pick than in rather anything else because
Yeah, they don't
it's
want
a
to. They
attention
don't want to
span
build
type
up to
thing.
that moment.
Yeah,
They don't
what
want
do
to
they
build up
call it,
to that
man?
moment.
They call it the ADHD generation, man, where everybody's just bouncing
Yes,
around.
bro.
Nobody likes to stick to each
Like
other.
on some real,
That's
like on
crazy.
some real stuff. Like as you guys as basketball fans, bro, is there like when you're watching a game and you watch a game winner, like you watch the build up, like the game is close, like teams are taking bucket for bucket for bucket for bucket, but fuck for bucket. There's a timeout. There's 3 seconds left. The best player gets the ball. Boom, boom, hits the game winner. Is there no better feeling than that? Watching the whole build up to the game winner?
100%. 100%.
Like, like let's be serious. But this generation, they rather see the game winner. They don't want to see the build up. They don't want to see what transpired to get to that point.
Yeah, it's always the quick. That's why it's right now. That's why
Yes.
ADHD generation, man. I promise you,
It, it,
they're not suited for like. I ain't gonna say not suited, man, because it different changes things. You know what I mean? Different areas have changes. Different things happen, different people. But what I do notice in the younger generation, I never really understood until we got older, because they used to talk mess about us over. Oh, we had better music. Oh, we had this. Now you low key start seeing the generations change as a time frame, and I guarantee this is part of it too. It's like it's like everything just starts chopping down. But I mean, that's how it is. Eventually, they're gonna start getting to the younger is gonna start getting to our age, and then they gonna be seeing what we do. It's just generations. I guess you want to put
no,
it
I
that way,
totally
but
get it. I totally maybe it's the different, like he said, perspective. Like we see it as a whole different thing. Like, bro, there's nothing better than watching it in the moment. Like, especially
facts.
like when it was, bro. Like the last All Star game that I really care about was 16, and bro, consumed the fuck out of the dunk contest about Aaron Gordon and fucking Zach Levine going off.
100%.
That shit alone, hype me up for the All Star game.
That was arguably one of the best All-Star games to ever happen. Just let alone
Yes,
not. I'm just not even want to say All-Star game, but All-Star weekends, just because of that slam
yes.
dunk competition. That was probably like
Yes, it carried it. Like if you actually consume the game, you're like, it was probably an okay game, but it's
man,
just the actual build up. Like what Aaron Gordon and Zach Levine did, they revived it for maybe a 2 year period. Like I don't know if you remember after that slam dunk contest, everyone was like, I wonder what Zach Levine and Aaron Gordon are gonna do this year. Let's go watch the
uh,
slam dunk contest.
the waiting. Never seen
And
nothing, and
now
yet never
guess
one
what?
came
It's
back.
dead. It's dead. Like
Yep.
it's actually ridiculously dead.
Broke it all off. Nothing. I promise you, when I say they ruined a lot with it. So my buddy up here on this channel that we've been listening to, I want to give him a shout out, Alex Hoops.
Yeah, Alex
In
Hoops.
case
Hmm.
anybody ever says that we're using content, but we appreciate you. So we're using your, yeah, we are
Yeah.
using your content, but yeah, we appreciate.
No, no,
I agree with him
absolutely. I,
wholeheartedly. I think he has a valid point, a valid reasoning as to why he would say that the All-Star game is kind of tuning down and what's going in. We all see it as viewerships of age that's been watching it over the time of years. Kind of see the change of how it went from more competitive to a little bit more less competitive to a lackadaisy to a more flimsical and to a comedy. In that order, if you ask me. But everybody got their own choices, takes,
yeah.
whatever they say. So I just think
Look,
so. But I think
I'm not
Alex is pretty.
I'm not no NBA exec or anything, but in my opinion, if it's 3 games like this year, it's Team USA versus Team USA versus Team World, right? Something like that, from what I understand. So let's do this. The target score make it 80 points, like something around there. It's enough basketball where players can ramp up, all that stuff, all that jazz. you know, get 2 timeouts per team, maybe 3 timeouts, take a little break. There's your commercials, all that jazz. Bam. Make them play to 80 points. And I guarantee you these players will care a lot more and be like, you know what? It's fun. It was a fun experience. There you go. Most likely than not. It,
100%.
it would be more.
Go get
It's
to work.
not 40 points. Like, why are we playing at 40 points?
They need to do.
Like,
They got to do something about it, man. Because that whole the fort like Drake, like bro just said with Draymond. Draymond said it best, man. The format that they had last year ain't it. And from what I'm hearing in these new discussions coming up for this 2026 All-Star game, there's a lot of drastic changes that's going on as well. So hopefully we get a better look at that type of format, and hopefully they got some type of fix. We'll keep a head eye out on it. Probably get an updated video. What you can do, so y'all be on the lookout for that. But let's see what Alex has the rest to say and what's going on.
Embarrassed. I had people texting me who know that I do this for work, asking me, dude, what on earth is the NBA doing? What is all this nonsense? And I'm like, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea why they're doing it, but it's bad. And if you like it, that's great. I think you should continue liking it, and I'm happy for you. But it's definitely not for me, and I just don't know who it's for.
uh,
As always, be sure to subscribe and leave a like if you want to see more. Appreciate y'all watching if you've made it this far.
Not gonna super advertise somebody. Check you.
you know what's funny? What he's saying is so true. Like, think about it. Like, if you like your friend is like from some other country and they don't know much about basketball, and they hear like, oh, NBA All-Star Weekend, the biggest stars play in this game, and they see that shit, that game, they're like, why do you watch this stuff?
Yeah, because
like,
you'll be
like on
sitting
some
there
real stuff.
thinking like
Like,
this
why do
is
you
gonna be
watch
the
this stuff?
the world's greatest game ever. Like everybody's about to be slamming. You
Yeah.
about to see like Space Jam 1. You know what I mean? Like people really jumping.
Yes.
That's what you would be expecting, but you're not gonna see none of that.
Yeah,
Guarantee
brother.
you.
Like, think about it. Soccer has the World Cup, and like the World Cup is hype. I'm not really big into soccer, but the World Cup is really hype.
I'm
And
serious
like
too, man.
you sit here, and then your friend just like says like, I watched the All-Star game. I don't know why you watch this.
Like
Like,
man, bro. Like
seriously?
like what was the point, dude? You see people trying to
Yeah,
test their pass accuracy, shooting it through hoops the whole time, doing this. Like don't get
yeah.
me
Like,
wrong, this
like,
is it's some normal stuff, but like, come on, dog. Like what bro said, come on, D Wade, man. Let the man be what he is,
like,
but don't you feel me? Let the game be what it is, but don't just sit here and bore us to death. Give us something to
man.
go for. At
I
least
s-
make it some type of fun. Respectfully. Uh I want the type of excitement that make me get up out my chair and start jumping up and down like I'm on fourth down, 4th and 1 and goal or something. I wanna be sitting there
fourth
at
and
the edge of
fourth
my
and
seat.
eight, fourth and
You,
eight with the
you
season on the line.
with the season, you
You
know what I'm
running 20
saying?
yards back.
You know what I'm
Shout out
saying?
Caleb.
I
Shout
wanna
out
be
Caleb.
I
Shout
wanna
out the Iceman.
I wanna be in the
It's
moment,
just the
man. I
truth.
wanna be excited. I wanna be
I
ready for what's
swear.
going on. But they gotta step it up, man. So
Mhm.
based off of what we done seen tonight, man, or at least of what he's saying and what the text that we done gave y'all and so far what we thinking about. So I openly say, man, yeah, I think Alex is correct. I think we both all three of us sign off on it. Um the All-Star game it's kind of turned into a joke now if y'all would believe if y'all think that I'm
It's an
wrong or anything
exhibition,
like
dog.
that. Yeah, you feel me? Like it's an exhibition.
It's exhibition.
But
But on some real stuff, like he
uh,
said, dog, like Maybe we should just end it.
You know what I'm
Shoot.
saying? Something. But you know, guys, shoot. We got our takes. Y'all got y'all takes. He has his takes because you know Alex is a pretty good guy. Um,
Yep,
but for every take that we do have, we would also like to hear the takes that you guys have. Please comment down low inside of our comment section. Give us something to go on.
absolutely.
Something that we can discuss for you guys is that we can put out there, give out great content for you guys. If you guys do like us, please like, comment, subscribe. Once again, I'm your host, Quiet Life Trav. I'm here with my two other people. We got Ken Dog and Vaughn. We would like to sign out and thank you guys for today, according to our video. I appreciate you guys.
Take care, guys.
That's that.
Yeah, I felt that felt really not good. I won't lie. That felt like a good reaction.